Here we have a 2000 Nissan Frontier. It's a 4x4, 3.3 I believe, and we're gonna replace or lower the gas tank. I'll place the vehicle on safety stands, front, the back and front. And first thing we're gonna remove these two lines right here. Those clips, you just have to press it down on each side of each ear plastics, and then at the same time you're pressing, you're gonna try to pull the hose upwards. Also, gonna remove this little hose right here. That little hose is held by the clamp, and you're just gonna wiggle it up. Same with the filler neck hose is going to be a 7mm. But first we're going to remove the little one on the side. That hose right there, I think 7mm as well. We're going to remove that so we can get better grip on this big one to remove it. Also on the bottom there are 4 bolts for the metal shield. You're going to remove those 4 bolts and get the metal shield out of the way, so you can get access to the bolts to the tank. There's bolts on this side that you're gonna take from your bracket, and we're gonna lower this gas tank because we're gonna replace the fuel pump. I think it's sending an incorrect. The fuel sender is incorrect, so we're gonna try to root that out. The vehicle starts, but sometimes the fuel gauge is not working correctly, and I believe the fuel sender is. Right, so I already removed the hose, the small one right back over there. I was not able to remove it. Also use the pliers, long ones, so I can grab on it and kind of twist it around and break it loose, and then I was able to remove it out of it. So now I have removed the plastic shield here so I can get better access to this long hose, the filler neck hose, to the tank, and I'm gonna try to wiggle it and see if I can break it loose as well. Finally, I got this hose removed. The way that I did it is I decided to remove it from here first, so I got better access than over there. And what I did is with both hands, little by little, twist it until it breaks away or break loose. And I just decided to remove it all because when I lower my tank, I don't want this hose to be creating any trouble while lowering it down. So I believe here it looks like that's all, most of it. I'm just gonna have to remove those electrical connectors. There's 2 electrical connectors on the back. I'm gonna try to reach them from under and over the tank. But it looks like connection wise, hoses, that's all, if I'm not mistaken. But that's how you do it here. It's relatively easy. There's not much of a problem. You got good access to your hoses and connectors. Right, so I was able to remove my electrical connectors. They're not easy, especially this big one. Let me grab that over here. And what I did is I used my pick. I pull in, I put some lubrication here, like WD-40, make it easier. And I put a pick here, a pull with one hand, pull, hold it, and with the other hand, I put a flat screwdriver right here on that little clip, lift it up. Once I got that in, then I let go of the bag, and I use another screwdriver to push it gently on the sides until it came undone. Same on this one. On this one, I just put my screwdriver here on the bottom side, lift it up, push with the other screwdriver, big long one here, and they come undone. So that's all the connectors for the fuel pump. Now it's time to try bringing down, and I also put some caps on those outlets of the fuel tank. So we're here at the bottom side, and we're going to remove 3 bolts that are on on the upper side, and then we're gonna put a jack on the bottom with like a piece of wood on the bottom to give it more like a balance. And then we're gonna remove the bolts over there in the back and push a little bit off of it so we can get it off of this metal right here and try to lower it down that way. I was able to remove all 3 bolts using a 1/2-inch ratchet and a 17 socket. Now it's time to move to the other side, but before that we're going to put a jack on the bottom to hold it. So now here on this side, all we have to do is remove the 3 bolts, 17 bolts, and we're going to be able to remove that tank down, bring it down. I forgot to mention that we have to remove the bracket over there. There's 2 bolts on the top. I was able to reach with my long extension and a 17 all the way up there and get those bolts out so we can slide the tank out of the way. So while lowering your tank, there's the wire has a clip over there. You want to remove that as well before you bring it down so you don't damage your wire into it. This tank is coming down already, so I'll remove the bracket on over there, and now I'm just going to lower it down. So I got it here on the floor, guys. It's already on the down. That's all you have to do to lower your gas tank and work on your pump or whatever. I'll help clean this up, and I think I want to mention one thing before you guys bring down your gas tank. You got to remove at least one of your hoses, and this one you're gonna kind of have to tuck it under here if you can't remove it, but it's best to remove both of them. But I remove one because you don't want to break them down, because it's break it off because it's gonna go down and it's gonna catch on them. They're brittle. So one thing that I noticed, and like I said, this sender unit was working incorrectly, and I believe it's because it's damaged. And let's see here if I can have a better view right here. And I think it's right there. That opening looks like corrosion. I think it's broken and it's a corrosion in there. So that's a good indication that something is really wrong on this, that has failed on this sender unit. So I'm gonna proceed and remove it. So here I am on the, and you have to remove this line that goes to the pump itself. This is the sender unit right here, the plastic one, and you have to remove that. You're gonna hold one side and push on the other one, then bring it down. It's not easy, but you can do it. This is what the sender unit looks like. I have to remove both of them, actually, both hoses that goes down, and the electrical connector, unplug it. But here we can really see the damage on the connector itself right here, right there. So that was making us spend more money, because we even thought it was a cluster problem, but it seems like we have found our culprit. The damage connected on the fuel sender unit. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. I got one from Nissan. It's just the sender unit, and I bought the pumps. The pump I bought separate. This is a 2000 Nissan Frontier, a 3.3 4-wheel drive, extended cab, B6. What else? I guess that's it. So we're going to continue. Now here to remove the pump itself, you're going to have to grab a hook and go down there on the right side and lift that up, and it will come undone or free to come out. See right here. This is what you're gonna have, what you're gonna pull on. That top right here. Let me show it. I'm gonna grab it here. Gonna have to pull on. Let's get out of the way. In here, like this. You're gonna grab with the hook and pull up. At the same time, I'll put in a little bit of pressure on the hoses up, and it'll come loose out of the tank. To replace your fuel pump, this one is not faulty, but we're gonna put a new one. All you have to do is press from this side, kind of press this down a little bit and pull on that. Press on this side, pull on that. Then you're gonna get your fuel pump out of the way, and then you put your wire into the other one, and you should come with this already, with this hose in it. Mine does. To put it back, you're gonna have to work your way in with your hand and try to make it click inside. Make sure it is all the way inside there. You don't want to come back and redo it. So that's how you do it, guys. And from now on, I'm not gonna film. I'm just gonna put everything back. You got the idea of how to do it. Just lift it up, try to put it in place, and just reconnect everything back. So that's how you fix something that is fuel sender related. And try your fuel sender unit before you replace your cluster.